This is our little recording for our little group project. My dog Dylan, and this is our room. We in the library. So Dylan, well, question number one. This is question number one. Please read through the preface. It sets up the purpose and perspective of the book very well. Regarding nature versus nurture, it's easy to imagine extreme dangers of believing that all aspects of only one life result in nature, genetics. However, the pitfalls of the converse can be more stubble. Why is it dangerous to think that our beings are fully the result of nurture?
It'd be dangerous to think that all aspects of life and development rely on nurture because it can limit and stunt the ability to learn and find the truth. It can lead people to find negative things about their decisions and regrets because everything's at their fault. It's also led to social constructs like social engineering and trying to develop people by the masses, and that's obviously not good. That leads to world wars and things of that nature.
Okay. That's dope, bro. That right there is dope.
Question 2. John Locke, The Blank Slate, Tabula Rasa. Also on page 35 of the book, there's a strong explanation of why the blank slate idea doesn't just hold up as an explanation of human nature. Please describe what the book says.
As I was reading, I found that the book basically says there is no blank slate because genes can be affected by confounding variables. So things that are around the gene or things that influence the gene to be greater or to be lesser. So therefore, the slate isn't blank. So we really aren't blank slates. That's really the answer. Okay. Please describe Jean Jacques's Rosie's?
I think it's Rousseau. I'm not sure. I don't speak French, but
Me either. Rousseau, the Noble Savage.
In The Noble Savage, he states that humans are innately good and that bad things such as greed and lust and envy come from society and civilization. At the time, people thought people were innately bad due to religions and things like that, and that was the normal thought. But he went against that and said that humans are innately good, and bad things only come apart from other people in civilization.
That's dope, bro. That's dope.
All right. Number 4. Please describe Thomas Hobbes' Leviathan. That's how you say it.
As I recall, when I read Leviathan, the main point that I received from this is that if a man does not have a natural structure, then a man will have natural chaos in relations to things such as war. So in the book, they related everything that a man may go through whenever they don't have a structure, and it was described as war. So with that being said, in the book, that's what they did. They basically just described a man not having a leader and would be influenced by war and things that they really don't need, that can't really benefit them.
Perfect.
I swear to God, it's dope. Okay, so number 5.
Yeah.
Please describe Rene Descartes,
Yeah, I think that's right.
solidified by Gilbert Ryle, Ghost in the Machine.
The Ghost Machine basically states that the mind and soul are completely separate from the body, and that the mind is indivisible and it's one being, and that even though the body may die, the mind does not have to follow those constructs and continue on, which also at the time, there was this influence of science and also an influence of religion, and Descartes was religious, but he was also a scientist. So his idea was kind of that the body followed these mechanical laws set up by science, but the mind didn't necessarily have to follow them, which kind of falls in the religious aspect of like the soul and living on and prospering after the body passes. Here we go. Number 6. A couple pages near the end describes the proximate cause of behavior and ultimate cause of adaptation. So Dustin, please explain the proximate and ultimate causes using nutrition.
In relations to nutrition, as I read the book, I related the proximal.
Yeah, the proximate cause and then the ultimate cause. Yeah.
Okay, so the proximate cause of nutrition would basically to be hunger, and so whenever you're hungry, that proximate cause leads you to actually eating, and so the ultimate cause of eating is to actually become full or actually receive nutrition, energy. That's why we eat. So that is the difference between proximal, what was it? Proximal?
Yeah, proximal and ultimate.
Yeah, proximal and ultimate in relation to those two things.
Yeah. I'll do part 2.
Okay, for part 2, a couple of pages near the end, a couple of pages near the end of the chapter, 3 appears a description. Oh, at the end of chapter 3, a description of proximate cause and behavior and ultimate cause of adaptation. Can you explain this using reproduction?
Yeah, very similarly, reproduction. So the proximate would be, the urge, the want, the need to feel like you need to have sex. That can also lead to lust, things that might not be as positive in normal society. But the urge to have sex, and then the ultimate cause is to reproduce and pass on your genes, and keep evolving as a race and as a species and individually. So proximate would be the immediate want and need and urge, and then the ultimate cause would be to reproduce and create offspring.
Dope.